Well, welcome to the workshop. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you know that a while back I got quite involved in the restoration of a 1957 Tone LG50 electric guitar. Well, look what I've gone and done. I've gone and bought this old Kay EB100 bass guitar on eBay. Couldn't resist it. And one of the reasons I couldn't resist it is because everything is there. All the bits and pieces are there. One of the things I learnt about the Tone is trying to hunt down spares for these old guitars is incredibly difficult and could be quite expensive. I mean, for example, these little pointy things here on the control knobs. I saw somebody on the eBay selling those for £9 for the pair, and the same person was selling covers for the tuners. I think it's £12 for the set. And of course, if you want those parts, you've got to pay that money. You know, it's probably worth it to complete your project. But if you can buy something with everything there, that's got to be a good start, hasn't it? However, on close examination, although all the bits are there, it does have a few issues, and let's run through those with you now. Now, when you plug it in, it really sounds very nice. So I'm really pleased with the way it sounds, but there is a fault in the wiring, because if you jig the jack socket, so that's something that needs to be remedied. Rewiring it probably only take about half hour. What will take the time though is getting the pick guard off, because all of these screws here, they're completely roached. So it will be a question of whether I can get those screws out cleanly or not. So the next issue is really the action. The action is absolutely ridiculously high, about 5 or 6 millimeters at the 12th fret there. Part of the contribution to that high action is that the neck is bending upwards. The truss rod itself, the nut there, is loose, so I want to take the neck off, have a look at the truss rod and see if I can correct that bow. That in itself won't be enough to lower the action and indeed lowering the action will be an issue, because if I turn it around that way, you can only take the strings down so low and then they're going to be rattling on the pickup, and the pickup is screwed to the body. It's not, well, I think it is anyway, it's not adjustable. So I think the way to remedy that is to actually put a shim in here, and I've seen some other people do that on the internet. Put a shim here, so instead of lowering the strings down, you're bringing the fretboard up. So that's something that I need to do and to look at. The profile of the neck itself is really actually quite comfortable. I like that. So, you know, the shape of the neck, the sound, brilliant. The other issue is the intonation. It's absolutely way out. I'm not quite sure how much adjustment there will be at the bridge there. To be honest, I haven't been brave enough to take this cover off yet. There's, you know, like 40, 50, 60 years of all kind of grot underneath that cover. So once I've taken the cover off, I'll examine it and we can see how much we can adjust the intonation there. But it is actually an awful lot out. I mean, by the time you get down here, it's about 75 cents out, which is clearly not acceptable. So apart from the fact that it needs to be rewired, the action needs to be sorted out, the truss rod needs to be sorted out, and the intonation needs to be sorted out, yeah, I've got myself a bargain. So, as they say, watch this space, and in between making my mandolins, I'll be having a bit of a go at this. So until then, you take care. Cheers.